Hi everyone, I'm going to be doing another Studio Ghibli review today, this time of The Cat Returns, which is a lot lighter than the last Ghibli film I reviewed. This one I could watch all the time as opposed to never being able to get past those first 10 minutes again. So, this was a spin-off to a previous Ghibli film called Whisper of the Heart. In that film, Shizuku, the main character, wrote a story about a cat baron based on a figurine she sees in an antique shop. These sequences of the film became very popular, prompting Studio Ghibli to make a film on them, which was also seen as a possibility for a short film for a Japanese theme park before. But when that plan didn't go well, maybe Miyazaki found out that people were turning into pigs at this theme park. And I'll just see myself out with that reference. Okay, but in all seriousness, this is one of the most fun Ghibli movies. Doug Walker, aka the Nostalgia Critic, did a review of the Studio Ghibli movies for his monthly Disney December, back when Disney still was distributing them in the USA before G-Kids took over. And he compared it to The Princess Bride for its comedic tone with its adventure, and I really have to agree. There is definite similarities there. And also Cary Ells is in both and plays the Baron, and he's great. I'll get to him later though. It has a lot of things that borrows from other fantasy stories, like we have bits of Alice in Wonderland wanting to find somewhere where she belongs with nonsense and having to get back. Well, actually, more Wizard of Oz there, along with how Haru grows along the way, similar to other Miyazaki films, well, Ghibli films. This isn't directed by Hayao Miyazaki. I forget the name of the director, I'll have to look it up later. But at the same time, it can feel a little more rushed than average Ghibli films. It's only 75 minutes as opposed to 125 for Spirited Away. Yes, I know these running times, and it's pretty bad. Long story. But back to the review. I really do feel that having such a short running time makes it that the journey for Haru and her growth would be more rushed. But it's okay because this is one of the more kid-friendly Ghibli films for younger kids, and they have a shorter attention span. But even if the story isn't the strongest, or it might be moving too fast for its own good, it's still a lot of fun to watch. The animation isn't the most groundbreaking from Ghibli. It's no Spirited Away or Howl's Moving Castle, but at the same time, it's not really trying to be. It's trying for a more cartoonish feel, similarly to how I said for Peter Pan was for Disney. And it fits the film's comedic tone well, and the movement of the cats isn't of that it's funny, but also has some level of realistic, such as the scene when the cats are arriving to Haru's house to present the Cat King to her. On to the characters. Haru is a protagonist that is similar to a lot of Miyazaki heroines, as well as literature heroines that want something more and need to find themselves on their journey. She needs to learn to stand up for herself and to trust her instincts and believe in herself. And she winds up doubting a lot of the time whether she made the right choice by saving Prince Loon. But that really makes her more relatable because that's what people are like. We all have had times when we're wondering if we made the right choice on something, only to find out later we did. So, she really works as somebody we can relate to. Muta is the Baron's right-hand cat, and his chubbiness leads to some of the best comedy in the film, and he is really snarky, and in both versions, the dubbed and the subbed, he is really hilarious. Always coming with a comeback or saying something snarky. He's grumpy, but at the same time, he has heart of gold and comes to respect Haru around the end of the film. Toto is the crow, and she has her moments with Muta. Well, her in the subbed, he in the dubbed. And those two always go off on each other, and it's really funny to see them. It only happens in like 2 scenes of the movie, but they really do all they can with it. The Cat King is a great villain. He's just so well animated with really great expressions. In the subbed version, he's alright as far as vocal performance and motivations are. But in the dubbed, he's one of the best parts of the movie, voiced by Tim Curry, calling everyone babe. And always having something funny to say, as opposed to more serious but comedic movements for the other version of the character. But either way, he works fine. And of course, we have Baron Humper von Giggy. Oh, I suck at pronunciations. I will just call you Baron, like Haru says. He's suave and sophisticated and cool. He's very protective of Haru, and he always prefers getting involved in other people's business than working for the Cat King. And of course, he's voiced by Carrie Ells, who also played Wesley from The Princess Bride. So, of course, he's going to be a great dashing hero. Prince Loon and Yuki are two really nice characters. We don't get to know them quite as well, particularly the former. Yuki, we see, has some connection with Haru that makes her really want to help her. And she and Loon are really the only allies that Yuki has in the Cat Kingdom. Of residence, that is. Muta and Baron are very much her allies, but I'm only counting characters from the Cat Kingdom. The Cat Returns might not be the most sophisticated Ghibli film or the most gripping with the most intriguing storyline, but it's definitely one of the funniest ones. Whether to watch it in subs or dubs depends on whether you like the authenticity, like I know a lot of people do, or if you really want some of the great voice acting, I would lean more towards the dubs. Certain jokes work better in the dub version, like there's one part when Haru thanks Muta last and he gets annoyed, which is okay, but in the dubbed version, it's that she calls him fatso and then he gets offended, which is funnier, and then Toto's like, she's only telling the truth. So yeah, that's a lot funnier in my opinion. But at the same time, both versions are great, and they have different themes. With the subbed, Haru needs to find out where she belongs more, well, with the dubbed, she's trying to find confidence in herself. So you can get a different message out of both of the versions, which is something really great, I think. So, worth watching both and seeing for yourself. So, The Cat Returns, is it a is it one of Studio Ghibli's absolute best? No, not at all. Is it a fun movie and maybe one of their most fun? Absolutely. Definitely. Ghibli is hard to compare and movies with. I know a lot of people put certain ones on the bottom, more so than they do for Disney, really, because Disney has had so many different subjective of what's best or worst. But the sad thing is, everybody always says it for them that, well, this one really can't be compared to this one. But people do that comparisons with Ghibli films, really, saying how great Spirited Away is and how one is really disappointing compared to other Ghibli films. Usually for the more child-friendly ones like Ponyo or this one. But The Cat Returns is a really fun movie. You doesn't need to be something big or epic or have some truths that just ring clear or a subtle message about growing up. It can just be a funny movie, and it really works there. Definitely check it out. If you have an anime film you want me to review, as always, leave it in the comments. And remember, believe in yourself, and no matter where you are, you'll have no fear. Until then, see you later.